Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is lecture number 3, Optimization Techniques Part 2 in a series of lectures on managerial economics. In Part 1, I discussed various optimization techniques and profit maximization using total revenue function and total cost function and their geometric as well as schedule representation. In this video, I am going to discuss some other quantitative techniques from mathematical economics that are used in managerial economics. As I told you that in managerial economics, we apply the economic theory and mathematical economics as well as econometrics to optimally solve managerial decision problem. So in this part 2 of lecture 3, I'm going to discuss some quantitative techniques including the concept of derivative. The derivative of a variable y with respect to x is equal to the limit of the ratio delta y divided by delta x as delta x approaches 0. So dy over dx is equal to delta y over delta x. This is the concept of derivative, and here the derivation of total revenue with respect to q measures the limit of delta tr divided by delta q as delta q approaches 0, and geometrically this is given by the slope of the total revenue curve or margin revenue at that point at which we want to find the derivative. More generally, letting total revenue is equal to y and q is equal to x, the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to dy over dx limit delta x approaches 0 dy over dx. These are some of the graphs. When y is constant, then the slope of the curve is horizontal and linear. And if we have a linear curve, in that case we have the graph this and the slope is equal to 2. And if we have a quadratic function, then the graph will be like this. There are some rules of derivatives or differentiation. The first one is the constant function rule. The derivative of a constant function y is equal f of x is equal a is 0 for all values of the constant. So if y is equal to f of x, where f of x is equal to some constant a, then dy over dx will be equal to 0. Power function rule. If we have y is equal to f of x and that is equal to a power function equal a x raised to the power b, then the derivative of y with respect to x will be b times a x raised to the power b minus 1. Sum difference rule. The derivative of the sum or difference of two functions uv is defined as follows. If u is a g function of x and y v is equal to some h function of x and y is equal to u plus minus v, then dy over dx is equal to du divided by dx plus minus dv divided by dx. The product rule. If we have y which is equal to a function of the product of two functions u times v, then dy dx is equal to u times derivative of v with respect to x plus v times derivative of u with respect to x. Quotient rule. If we have some function y and that is a quotient of two functions u divided by v, then dy over dx is equal to v du over dx minus u times dv over dx whole divided by v square. Chain rule. If y is a function of u, where u is a function of x, then dy over dx is equal to dy over du times du over dx. This is known as the chain rule of differentiation. Here are some types of functions and then their derivatives. So it's a kind of review for you. Optimization with the calculus. Find x such that dy dx is 0. And second derivative rules. If d square y and dx square is greater than 0, then we have minimum. If d square y dx square is less than 0, then x is a maximum. Univariate optimization. Given the objective function y is a function of x, Find x such that dy over dx is equal to 0. And the second derivative rule is that if the second derivative of y with respect to x is greater than 0, then x is a minimum. If this is less than 0, then we have a maximum. There is one example. Total revenue function that is equal to 100q minus 10q square. The first derivative is equal to 100 minus 20q, and that should be equal to 0. And then if we solve q star, that is the optimal quantity, will be equal to 5. And the second derivative is equal to minus 20, that is less than 0. So it means that when output level is equal to 5, then the revenue will be maximum. This is example number 2, and this is also about total revenue function. If we have total revenue function equal to 45q minus 0.5q square, then the first derivative is equal to 45 minus q is equal to 0, so q will be equal to 45. And if you take the second derivative of total revenue with respect to q, that is equal to minus 1, it is less than 0, so total revenue is maximized. This is example number 3, and here we have the marginal cost function, and marginal cost function is a quadratic function, 3q square minus 16q plus 56, and its derivative will be 6q minus 16 is equal to 0, so the optimal quantity will be 2.67, and the second derivative is greater than 0, so it means that marginal cost will be minimum when the output level is equal to 2.67. Here is another example. Given total revenue and total cost function, we can determine the Q that maximizes the profit. Since profit is the difference between total revenue and total cost, so in this function we take the difference between total revenue and total cost, and if we simplify that, then we get this. This is the first method of solution, and this is the second method of solution. So we will use a quadratic formula, and q star is equal to 4. And here is we will write an equation in the following form, that is quadratic. And the formula for solution is this one. So we have this solution formula. Then we have multivariate optimization. Let us suppose our objective function is y is a function of x1, x2 up to xk. Find all xi such that del y over del xi is equal to 0. Then we will take partial derivatives while all xj, where j does not equal 1, are held constant. Example number 5. Determine the value of x and y that maximizes the following profit. So solution is the first partial of profit, or pi with respect to x, is equal to this, and we equate that to 0. And then the partial derivative of pi with respect to y is equal to this, and we equate this to 0. And if we solve these two equations simultaneously, we get that x is equal to 16.52 and y is equal to 13.92. Then we have constraint optimization, and here are two methods. One is a substitution method. We substitute constraints into the objective function and then maximize the objective function. The other method is Lagrangian method, and we form the Lagrangian function by adding the Lagrangian variables and constraints to the objective function and then maximize the Lagrangian function. Example number 6, use the substitution method to maximize the following profit function. So we maximize this profit subject to this constraint, and then we have example number 6, solution. We substitute x is equal to x is equal to 12 minus y into profit function. So we get profit is equal to minus 4y square plus 56y plus 672, and solve as univariate function. So we will take the derivative of profit with respect to y, and that will be equated to 0, and then we will solve this, that y is equal to 7, and if we put value of this in this, then we get x is equal to 5. Example number 7, use the Lagrangian method to maximize the following profit function. So we maximize this profit function subject to this constraint. This is the solution. We form the Lagrangian function. This is Lagrangian multiplier, and then we will find out the partial derivatives and solve simultaneously. These are the partial derivatives with respect to x, with respect to y, and with respect to lambda. And if we solve these equations, then we have x is equal to 5, y is equal to 7, and the value of lambda is equal to minus 53. Interpretation of the Lagrangian multiplier. Lambda or the Lagrangian multiplier is the derivative of the optimal value of the objective function with respect to constant. In this example 7, lambda is minus 3. So a 1 unit increase in the value of constant from minus 12 to minus 11 will cause profit to decrease by approximately 53 units. So actual decrease is 66.5. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me remind you, if you haven't yet subscribed to this video channel, YouTube channel, kindly press on this red button and do not forget to click on the bell icon so that you can have notifications about my other videos that I'll upload for you in coming days. Thank you for watching this video. See you in another video.